She said, hey, I just want to know if you're keeping your options open for extra income. You guys won't believe it. I said, no, I'm not. I thought I was good. At that time, I was working as the dean of students for the Chicago public school system. I was 28 years old, making $80,000 a year. And you guys, the truth is, I wasn't making all the money I wanted to be making, but I was so skeptical. I could not even see myself getting out of my own way. But let me tell you guys how God works in mysterious ways. She prospected Mika, who was pregnant at that time. She asked Mika, hey, who's handling your life insurance and investments? And Mika was like, oh, I got State Farm. Tennille told her, if I could compete for your business and save you money or get you more coverage, would it be worth 15 minutes of your time? And that's how they exchanged phone numbers. A year later, you guys, what do you think Mika turned around and did? She recruited me into the Primerica business, but I was that person that was not at all interested in Primerica. Some of you guys on this meeting, there's about 50 of you guys. You can relate. You weren't interested in life insurance. You weren't interested in investments. As a matter of fact, the first time you were presented Primerica, you said no. You respectfully declined, or you thought it wasn't something you could be good at. Let me be the person that tells you, do not block your blessing. You guys, for most of us, Primerica is the only opportunity where we can go and obtain not just financial freedom, but time freedom. And if you are on this team, if you are in this hierarchy, that is not by coincidence, that is by God's design. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. So today, during my brief time with you guys, I'm going to go over some of the biggest lessons I learned in my journey on my way to ownership in Primerica. And the reason I'm going to give you guys these lessons is because I'm hoping that you guys can learn from my mistakes. And when you wake up tomorrow, you can wake up deciding that whatever your Primerica journey has looked like up until now, you are ready to change the narrative. You are ready to take control of your business and make different decisions. And I don't care how long you've been in this business. See, you guys, 5 months ago, I made a very big decision to start altering my personal mindset, to start changing how I work in my Primerica business. And the results have been absolutely phenomenal. So the first lesson, you guys, a few things that I'm going to go over with you all. Too many people join Primerica and they end up becoming the weapon formed against them that's causing them not to prosper. And I'm saying this because a lot of you guys on this team, you are always praying, Lord, may no weapon formed against me prosper, but it's you. It's your limiting beliefs. It's your lack of accountability. It's your lack of work ethic. It's the fact that you can't see that God gave you the answer to every problem you have in your life when he gave you a solution number. Your solution number is literally the solution, but you refuse to see it. And you not walking in your purpose is blocking your blessing. You doubting what God gifted you is stopping you from going a big business in Primerica. So my first gentle reminder to everybody on tonight's Zoom is stop being the weapon formed against you that's causing you not to prosper. Start being proactive and start altering your mindset so that you serve yourself in this business instead of taking away from God what God wants to do in your life. The second lesson that I learned, you guys, is that you have to stop digging up in doubt what you planted in faith. And I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Too many people come into Primerica and they operate out of fear. They operate out of doubt. And then they wonder why their team doesn't grow, why their income doesn't grow, or why they don't get the type of prospects they're looking for. It's because of your mindset. Your reality is a reflection of what you believe in your mind. I want all of you guys to be super, super intentional about working on you, making sure that even when you get those doubts, you kill that narrative. You learn how to check yourself. So many of us are so good at checking other people, but the minute you start thinking negative thoughts, you let yourself stay there. You don't check yourself. You have to be the person that gives yourself a 2-minute grace period, and then it's time to move around. You have to start seeing solutions. You have to start thinking about outcomes as opposed to focusing on problems and deficits. The next lesson, you guys, that I learned is that I had to celebrate my wins louder than I celebrate the losses, or longer than I was focusing on the losses. You guys, we get it. Primerica, you're going to have months where they're not amazing. Some of you guys right now, you've been sitting at a chronic 0 by 0. Your numbers have just not at all been matching what you say you want your business to be. And I'm going to tell you now, you have to be very, very intentional about continuing to work on you, but also actively working your business. You have to celebrate every single win. You guys, I went on what's called a jar challenge, and I'm actually going to share this with you guys today. Justin, can you make me a co-host so I can share my screen? Is that possible? While Justin does that, you guys, I'm going to break down this jar challenge. And this to me was an absolute game changer. If you guys are on here tonight, I want you to wake up tomorrow making a different decision. I want you to wake up tomorrow deciding that the end of your year is going to look so much better than the first 3 quarters. And as I share my screen, you guys, I'm going to share this jar challenge with you because this has made such a big difference in my business. Some of you guys right now, you're not going to get a team until you learn how to play like you are the team. You're not going to be blessed with recruits who chase promotions until you start fighting for promotions again. Every single day you work your business, you guys, I want you to print this sheet of paper. And I've already sent this to Coach Evans, but I'll make sure Justin shares it in your team chat so you guys all have it. Print this out, you guys. The first month that I started this jar challenge was 5 months ago. In lieu of transparency, there were only 5 days out of that month that I had a win on this board. You know what that showed me? That I stopped working my business. Some of you guys right now, if you started tracking how many times you get a recruit, how many times you close a life app, if you get a new licensed agent, if you flip the presentation 3 times, or if you got 10 new names and numbers and you did that every single day, your business would start to grow. You would start to see different results. But the problem is that too many of us got real comfortable losing in Primerica. Too many of us got real comfortable, you guys, not working our business every day. See, I want you to understand something. If you want financial freedom, then you need to work your business at just as hard as you work that job. If you want to put yourself in a position where you can say one day you make 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, onward to $1 million in annual income, then you got to act like you want to treat this thing like $1 million opportunity versus a side hustle. And a lot of us, you guys, we come into Primerica with big hopes and dreams. And then as soon as adversity starts to hit, we start to change our mind about what we want in this business. Stop letting the devil trick you out of your blessings. Stop letting him talk you out of what you saw that you could accomplish with this company. Be mindful that it's going to happen. Adversity is going to hit, but this is going to bring me to my next lesson. People who don't just go through adversity, but people who grow through adversity win big in Primerica. I can tell you now, every single person who got big in this company, they grew through their adversity. I experienced so much, you guys, in these short 8 years that I have been with Primerica. And I'm not going to go on talking about the deficits because they don't matter. What matters is, are you going to withstand the storm? Are you going to come out a different version of yourself? You guys, this last year, I have been so intentional about self-development, learning about my subconscious mind, learning to understand why I think the way I do, why I react the way I do, why I was losing my motivation. And a lot of you guys don't even remember the last time you read a book. You need to start self-developing. You need to start focusing on becoming a better version of yourself. As soon as you commit to becoming a better version of yourself, your world around you is going to start to transform. And I don't want you guys so focused on what you look like on the outside, because trust me, if what you look like on the outside is nice, but what you look like on the inside, if your spirit is operating at a level low, you're never going to get the results that you're looking for in this business. Pour into your spirit. Pour into yourself. Learn how to be your biggest hype man the same way you spend time loving on and encouraging other people. I've seen so many people come into Primerica saying, Khadijah, Soanja, Ronetta, Teresa, and let me tell you guys what they do. They want to be everybody else's biggest hype man, but then they're their own worst critic. They want to pour love and encouragement to everybody else, but you can't even give yourself that same energy. I need you guys to give that same energy and grace to yourself that you extend to everybody else. And the reason why that matters so much is because you will talk yourself out of what you were supposed to accomplish. You will be your own worst enemy if you can't sit here and learn how to hype yourself up. The next lesson I learned, you guys, is that you can't just hope for the things around you to change. You have to change. You have to be the person that initiates it. Right now, if your business didn't look the way you wanted to in the first 3 quarters of the year, I don't care. We are officially going into the last quarter of 2024. Are you going to change it? Are you going to switch the narrative? The definition of insanity, you guys, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. I want all of you guys tomorrow to wake up on a mission to get on this jar challenge. To wake up on a mission to work your business like you really want to either become a regional vice president, make 6 figures, or just stop yourself from having to live that life of struggle. So many of us, you guys, we work these careers that we don't like, or we spend 60 plus hours away from home, taking care of somebody else's business, coming home, be tired, barely, like completely exhausted with nothing left to give ourselves. Some of you guys now, you are sick and tired of being in the position you're in. You're sick and tired of being broke. You're sick and tired of struggling the way you do. You're sick and tired of checking your bank account, going into overdraft, figuring out what bills you got to pay with what. And here you are with an opportunity to change the situation. I'm asking you guys to leverage that. And I know for a lot of us, we look at the bigger picture and we think, man, that's huge. And then it starts to discourage us, or we start to think maybe we're not able to accomplish it. So start one day at a time. Focus on winning every single day and focus on getting as many wins as possible. Along with that, you guys, I want you guys to stop settling for breadcrumbs when you can have the entire loaf. A lot of people come into Primerica, and I get it. You're going to make good money with that one life app that you write, but you're going to make even better income when you pour into people and focus on developing others. When you focus on recruiting and teaching somebody else the game, showing them how to get licensed quickly, how to turn around and use that license to make money for themselves. Our job, you guys, is not to work Primerica by ourselves. See, we don't want you to come into Primerica and be self-employed in Primerica until the day you die. That doesn't make sense. We want you to come here and build a team so you can get free. So that way you're making passive income no matter what you are doing. But I want you guys to know it doesn't come easy. It comes with so much work. So many people come into Primerica and you get this game twisted. You think this is a get rich quick, and it's not. Primerica is not a get rich quick, but your job is a get rich never. I hate to be the one that breaks it to you, but you're never going to get free doing what you do. And I say this from a place of love. It doesn't matter how hard I worked for the Chicago public school system, you guys. They were never going to pay me enough to get free. They were never going to put me in a position to retire early. So I want you guys to start giving your energy to something that can help you get there faster. 2 to 5 years of complete dedication to your Primerica business is all it takes. I promise you guys, that's exactly what I did. But if you've been here longer, that's because you haven't been intentional about the work, or you have been the weapon formed against you that's causing you not to prosper. So tonight, I want you to pray on it. I want you to have a different conversation with God. And I want you to ask him, Lord, whatever is in me that is causing me to stop myself from getting to the next level, I pray you destroy it overnight. I pray you wake me up with a different fire in the morning so I can get out here and close out strong. The month isn't over. We have an entire week, you guys, to do what's necessary to come back strong so that we go into October with massive momentum. And I need a lot of you guys to start getting on the board. I want you guys to start playing this game for you. And what I'm going to do, you guys, as I close out this talk is I'm going to go over a few declarations that I've been saying to myself the entire year of 2024 that have been game changers for me. The first declaration, and I want you guys to start saying these things to yourself. When I focus on the good gets better. When I focus on the good gets better. Too many of you guys are so focused on the negative and you're attracting and manifesting more of the negative. Focus on the good. Focus on who's showing up, not who's not showing up. Focus on who's putting their name on a life app. Focus on who you prospected. Focus on who you're targeting. Focus on the good so you can attract more of the good. The next declaration, I won't just be a face in the crowd. I'll be facing the crowd. It's amazing seeing you guys at the Fast Start schools and all the events, but I know y'all are tired of sitting in the crowd. I know you're at that point where you're thinking to yourself, I want to be the person that's on the mic. I want to be the person that's talking to somebody else, Ebony, and blessing them with my story. I want to be the person, Joe, that people come and they hear from me and then they stop me and tell me how much I blessed them with my testimony. I know that's what you guys want to do, but you got to be able to put in the work. JB, I'm telling you now, Primerica may not come easy, but it's simple. See, when you treat this business like a sport, it'll pay you like a professional athlete. The next thing I want you guys to start declaring is that I don't break, I bounce back. Too many of you guys break easily. People quit, you break. You get a dark Zoom, you break. Person don't answer the phone, you break. Somebody cancels a policy, you break. You get a charge back, you break. Stop it. Cut it out. So many of us, you guys, we grew up from a life of struggle. It was hard for us. That didn't break you, so why would you come in Primerica and allow something so simple to break your spirit? Why would you allow that to stop you from building? Start declaring, I do not bounce. I do not break. I bounce back. Next thing I want you guys to start declaring, I would transform my pain into purpose. A lot of you guys, we see things happen in and outside of Primerica, and we wonder, Lord, why is this happening to me? And you're asking the wrong question. It's not why is this happening, it's what is this trying to teach me? What am I supposed to learn from this that's going to make me a better leader? What am I supposed to be gaining from this that I'm going to be able to coach somebody else through it because I've experienced it? You're too busy focused on why that you're not getting the lesson from it. Get the lesson, make the adjustments, pivot, and use it to grow your business. The next declaration, you guys, victory or defeat, it's up to you to decide. You got to start declaring that I'm going to be victorious. I win in everything that I do. Some of you guys, you've been on the bottom of the leaders bulletin for way too long. You don't belong there. That is not where you belong. You belong at the top. And you know how you know it? Because you've persevered. You've made it through so much in your life. So why would you come here in Primerica and be average when you ain't average in anything you've ever done? You guys, we got to make this thing make sense. I want you to come here and play big. Why? Because this is the only opportunity that'll give you freedom. You guys, I don't care what it is out there in North America. I have never encountered anything like Primerica. I have never seen this many Black and brown people building wealth, getting free, and being able to do it from the comfort of their home. I just have not seen anything like it. And I've been in the industry working careers, elaborate careers, got a bachelor's and a master's degree, and that still wasn't going to do it for me. See, I don't care about those degrees you got. I care about the fact that you're sitting on an opportunity right now and you're not playing to your highest potential. That's what I care about. So I want all of you guys to focus on becoming victorious, playing this thing like you do anything else in your life and not being average, because it doesn't make sense. The next declaration, I want all of you guys to understand you can't chase two rabbits and catch them both. When your energy is divided, you are bound to lose. I need you to chase the rabbit that's going to put you in a position to get free. So I want you guys to start declaring, I'm committed to what's going to free me. What was going to free me, you guys, was Primerica, not Chicago Public Schools. What was going to free me was building a team, not getting out here and chasing more degrees. What was going to free me was prospecting and getting new people, training them, getting them licensed, and getting them independent. I committed to what's going to free me. I want you guys to start getting committed to what's going to free you. You commit yourself to things that don't make you any money, make your life harder, sometimes add to the struggle. I want you guys to give your energy to exactly what it is you say you want your life to look like. If you want time freedom, commit to your business. You want financial freedom, commit to your business. You want to leave a legacy for your kids, commit to your business. Can I tell you guys the most amazing thing about Primerica is that I have ownership. When I tell you guys, I love my mom, but she couldn't teach me anything about money except how to spend it. And that's heartbreaking to me. I got a 77-year-old grandmother who owns a business, you guys, but she was still self-employed. She's still working. It's not enough. It's not cutting it. Thank God I could help her pay her mortgage every month. But what if I couldn't? She would lose that property. She would lose what she spent her lifetime building. Man, look, you guys, somebody's going to need you to come through for them. And you got to be able to be in a position to show up. Ebony, I wanted to show up. My uncle's been on and off drugs, you guys, but that's not going to stop us from paying for every type of treatment center I can afford to pay for. Do you hear me? Because I can do it. My daughter is not getting anything out of the mud, you guys. She's getting it out of the garden that mommy's planting for her. I didn't want her begging somebody else for a seat at the table. I didn't want her racking up $96,000 in student loan debt the way I did to pursue a career she might not even be happy in. I wanted my daughter to have options. And that's what becoming wealthy does for you. That's what building a business does for you. You guys, I'm there for every field trip. I'm there for every major outing. I remember being a kid and always wondering, hey, my mom can't show up for nothing. I don't knock her, y'all. My mom worked 3 jobs just to put food on the table. I'm not mad at that. She did what she had to do, but I would be out of my mind not to do better. See, we should be thinking to ourselves, how do we become better than our parents? How do our kids get off to a better start than us? Your job is not to put your kids in a position where they start the rat race over again. Your primary job is to pass the baton to your babies, to make sure they could pick up where you left off. And even if your kids are adults right now, guess what? You got grandbabies coming. Even if you don't have kids yet, somebody's going to be relying on you. That's what it's about. It's about legacy, you guys. So I stopped playing Primerica for me. Now I play for the team that's coming behind me. I play for the people that I know are going to get ownership because I decided to stay the course. The people that I know will become regional vice president because I was able to pave the way and show them that it's possible. I need you guys to start looking at it the same way. I want you to spend time every single day visualizing yourself in the place you want to be, not where you currently are. A lot of you guys waste too much time thinking about the position you're in and you're not focused on the end goal. Start seeing it as if it was already there. Start treating it as if you are already there. You want to be a regional vice president, walk like one, talk like one, treat this base shop like it's yours. Whatever Coach Evans says, you need to be an assistant coach. I didn't play about Mika's business, you guys. Mika's base shop was my base shop when I was in the base shop. Those of you guys who have been around, you know this. I did not play any games about moving as if I was already a regional vice president. I'm asking you guys to do that because that's where you get good. That's where you build up your skill set. That's where you truly learn this business. My last 2 declarations, you guys. We always hear you're one recruit away from an explosion. Yes, that's true, but you are that one recruit. I need you to start declaring, I am that recruit. Stop doubting yourself. God gave you everything you need to win in this business. He already gave you what you need. And some of you guys are on here and you're sitting here thinking, man, Lord, I'm waiting on you. I've been praying for a blessing. You're not waiting on God. He's waiting on you to walk in your purpose, just like he was waiting on me. When I realized that, you guys, and when I took ownership of that, I started to move differently in my Primerica business. So I want you to start declaring to yourself, I am the one. I will change my family tree. I will go RVP. I will get a Power Builder ring. I will get on the AALC council. I will get ownership of my business. I will show somebody else how to get free in this business. These are things you should be declaring. I don't care if you're brand new and you just joined yesterday. Declare these things as though they were. My last declaration for you guys. God will connect me to my tribe. And the reason I'm saying this is because so many of us get caught up in the fact that our friends and our loved ones are not here. They don't get Primerica. They don't understand the vision. You guys, to this day, I have not one relative in this business with me. Do you guys hear me? As a matter of fact, while I was building a business in Primerica, fighting to break generational curses, I actually lost a lot of people I was very close to. And I don't consider it a loss. Let me tell you guys why. Because I realized the further up I was moving toward my purpose and being in alignment with what God has in store for me, I couldn't expect everybody to understand. A lot of you guys are going to be on this journey and it's going to feel like it's isolating. It's going to feel like it's stretching you. It's going to feel like that pressure is too much. Please do not let that pressure break you. Allow it to make you. Allow it to create and help you become the person that you are meant to be to get to the next level, because the person you are today is not going to help you accomplish your goals. You're going to have to become a very, very different version of yourself. If you guys would have met Cassandra 8 years ago, two different people. I promise you now, me a year ago is a completely different version of who I am today. I want you guys to be so committed to always evolving and becoming a better version of yourself, because that is literally what's going to help you grow in this Primerica business. As I close, you guys, I wanted to give you guys some lessons and give you those declarations, but also give you guys the cheat code. This jar challenge is your cheat code. You really want to change what your Primerica business is looking like? Get on this jar challenge. That first month, you might not have a lot of wins, and that's okay. But what you're not going to let yourself do is get off on a pass. Don't set this to the side. Be the person that says, I'm going to be intentional about working my business every day so I could see the same exact results that Coach Mimi, Coach Mika, the Boldens, the Coakleys, Arkeem, Coach Clara, Coach Evans, all of these people are getting. See, we're not built any differently from you guys. The only difference between us and you guys is the level of action we decided to take. The time that it takes us to bounce back versus stopping in our business. You guys, as I close, I want to let you all know that, again, we have a week to make it count. And since closeout isn't for another week, I expect big things from this organization. You guys, Coach Evans is my coach too. And I'm so grateful to be part of his organization. And I want you guys to understand that when you're attached to greatness, there's no way you're not bound to win. We were already primed and positioned to win. We already have the winning blueprint. The question is, are you going to follow it? Are you going to fall in line so you can get what you came here for? And if you're ready to fall in line, you guys, get on that jar challenge. Tomorrow, I should see you guys posting. Don't be afraid to post in the group that you had to take a L or that you got a win. See, that level of accountability is going to transform your business. You guys, that is all I have. Sorry if I went a little over on time. Justin, you can take it back over.
No, you did your thing. You did your thing, Coach Mimi. Hey, real quick, come on.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh
my God,
let's go.
Amazing.
Thank you.
All right.
Coach Mimi, I just text you.
thank you.
I sent you my email, sending it to Coach Evans. You know that. Yeah, they'll get lost in the sauce. So we'll be able to get that to the team. But really quickly, if we in a position to, we wanna get a couple people to ask a few questions. Is that all right with you?
Yep, we're good.
All right, perfect. So let's get a couple people to have some questions for Coach Mimi.
Oh, no parking.
Coach Mimi,
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Could you please repeat declaration number 2? I got them all except for number 2.
Oh man, let me go to my notes for you. Yes, declaration number 2. I won't just be a face in the crowd, I'll be facing the crowd.
Thank you.
Excuse me, I had a question for you. Okay, how did you you were talking about you gotta commit. how did you keep yourself disciplined enough to like stay on that path fully? What like tips can you give on
Okay,
like staying committed?
disciplined.
Yeah, what like tips can you give on staying committed?
No, that's a great question, Elliot. You guys, one thing that I always committed to was certain daily habits. A lot of us, our success is going to be in our daily habits, or our failures will be in our daily habits. Elliot, one thing I didn't waver on was sending out 20 to 25 inbox messages every single day. See, a lot of us have an inventory issue. We don't have enough people to talk to. So, Elliot, my business, my entire field training team, y'all won't believe this, they come from social media. They come from inbox messages, you guys. And so you got to get really, really good at sending out inbox messages and collecting names and numbers so you always have a pipeline of people to call. Also, I'm a firm believer, you guys, in coffees by day, KTs by night. If you got to go to the office, I know for a fact Coach Evans keeps his office open. Park yourself in that office, you guys, for 1 to 2 hours every single day so you can be intentional about working your business. Elliot, if you don't map out your time will run you. So another thing I'm going to talk about, and I'm glad you mentioned it, is this daily productivity calendar in Mika's planner. Even if you don't have the planner, you guys, get a regular sheet of paper. Write down the time, hour by hour, every single day the night before. Elliot, you should have all your appointments in there. If you don't have appointments, you should have time to make calls. You should have time to prospect. You got to be intentional about marking out every single hour of your day, because if you do not run your time will run you, and days will go by and you didn't even work your Primerica business.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll hop in there. Your inboxes, are they a standard kind of inbox, or is it based on the individual for the most part?
Oh no, the only thing we change is the name. They might think it's an individual message. It's a standard message. Hey, Stan, hope all is well with you and the kids. The company I'm working with part-time is expanding. Are you keeping your options open for extra income working from home? That's it. Really, really simple. You guys get that copy and paste heavy. You got to get to the point where you are sitting at, and understand people are not going to respond immediately. But as you start posting more, posting wins, posting everybody else's wins, because even if you're not winning in Primerica, you can capitalize off of what's happening in other people's base shops. You can start posting that to create traction, and then people will start to respond to those messages whenever they're ready. It's not your timing, it's God's timing, but you got to get really, really consistent with sending out those inbox messages and also prospecting in person. Now, for me, I did both inboxing and in person. I want you guys to start figuring out what works for you, but you have to be intentional about not just scrolling through social media for pleasure. This has to be to make you money. You spend time on Instagram and Facebook, you need to be thinking it needs to make you your money back.
That part.
Quick question, and thank you so much, Coach Mimi. When you're sending the DMs, because you know we have a limited amount of friends.
Yeah.
Are you like going on friends of friends pages? Like you okay.
Promote Khadijah, answer that question. You guys, one of my biggest field trainers, her name was Precious Edmondson. One of my downlines sent an inbox message to her friend's friend, you guys. And that's how I ended up getting Precious on my team. I don't care who it is. If there is a mutual connection, you absolutely send that message. We know it's going to go to a different inbox, but you guys will be surprised how many people start responding to those as well. So don't be scared to message somebody else's person. Please don't, because I'm going to tell you now, I don't care how great that career is. I don't care how much they look like they got it. Just like me, they can appear to have it all, but deep down inside be praying for a better opportunity.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's phenomenal. Anybody else? Anybody else? Come on. Come on.
Yeah,
Hey.
I had something.
Go ahead.
I was yeah. First off, thank you for sharing everything that you shared today. Two of the things that I took away was you mentioned operating out of fear and doubt, and then the not to chase multiple like rabbits. So like for me, that's something that I get caught up in because something will pop up and I'm like, oh, I gotta take care of this, and that kind of draws me into another direction. So I was just kind of, if you could speak onto how to stay focused on the one rabbit and not get caught up in, oh, I got to do this because something else is popping up.
That's good, JB. Well, first of all, acknowledging that there's more than one rabbit guiding you is step number one. Too many of us don't even want to admit it. We're so busy trying to deny it, trying to act like, no, we're still focused on our business, when in reality, we know there are other things distracting us. The first thing is acknowledging it. The second thing, you guys, is understanding that that was designed to block you from getting where you're trying to go. I had to reframe my thinking, you guys. Now I look at everything like this ain't nothing but the devil trying to talk me out of my blessing. You guys need to start thinking like that. Oh man, here goes the devil trying to talk me out of my blessing. Because the minute you start to alter that in your mindset, you're going to be quick to step on it versus letting it prevail for as long as it does. So JB, just put yourself in a frame of, like I said, mapping out your day hour by hour, so there's no chance that those things can come up and occupy your time. Now, I'm not saying emergencies are not going to happen. You guys, I'm a mom. Stuff is going to happen all the time, but it still should not stop you from keeping the overall mission and what you are driving forward at the forefront of your minds.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
Cassandra,
Okay.
oh, go ahead, sis.
Okay. Hello, Ms. Cortez. I'm new. I just signed up, and I just wanted to know, like those 3 or 4 years ago when you decided to change your mindset about your business, what was your focus? What did you read? And what was the main vehicle that you used to change your mindset so that you could show up better in your business?
No, that's really good. So first thing, you guys, and Toy, I'll just be honest. I realized, you guys, that because I was raised on a survival mindset, because my mom struggled her way through life, sadly, a lot of those same mindsets toward life I had adopted. And so here I was operating out of survival versus operating out of a thriving mode. And people who operate out of survival, you guys, they move so differently. Our minds, we don't even have to be negative. Our minds are kind of already wired and programmed to operate from a deficit focus. So for me, I realized I needed to reprogram my mindset. I needed to change how I think about life. I needed to start understanding my own subconscious mind so that what's running on autopilot isn't working against me while I'm trying to build a business in Primerica. And so I started reading a ton of books. I'm going to start throwing a bunch of names out there, you guys, so try to catch them. But I'll screenshot a list of these books to Justin as well so he could post them. The Mountain is You by Brianna West. Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. You guys, game changer. Book blew my mind. The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. Taking People With You by David Novak. How to Win Friends and Influence People. How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. Hidden Potential by Adam Grant. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Mastering Your Emotions and Motivation by, I can't say the name, you guys, Thibaut Maurice. The good thing is that you don't need to know names in Primerica. You just need the book, okay? Forgiving What You Can't Forget. E-Myth Insurance Story. You guys, such a bomb book that is very relevant to us building a business in Primerica. Awaken the Giant Within. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I've read multiple times. If you haven't already, you guys, go read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Please do yourself a favor. The 177 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership have been a game changer in how I learned to build and develop people. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Outwitting the Devil, you guys, game changer. The 48 Laws of Power, The Magic of Thinking Big. And these are just the books, you guys, that I've reread over the last 6 months alone. So when I tell you, you need to be absolute. Even if you don't have the physical book, you shouldn't be listening to music and watching TV as much as you do, you guys, if your bank account is struggling. If you're not in a position to live the life you want, I'm sorry, but there's certain things that just have to go. I don't watch TV. I don't listen to music in my car. My Audible app is my new best friend, you guys. I listen to books, audio books all day, every day. If it's not helping me grow my bank account, grow my mindset, or grow my business, it's not getting my attention in this season. And I'm going to tell you why, Toy. Because God showed me that I'm supposed to be $1 million income earner, but for a long time, I didn't believe it for myself. Y'all won't believe it. The reason I was stuck at 300,000 is because I didn't even think I was good enough. I had limiting beliefs myself, you guys, that I'm not good enough. And I'll be honest, you know, there's a few of you guys who know I'm on track to promote my first regional vice president. Toy, she passed suddenly from a brain aneurysm. And you guys, I lost myself. Here I was like, Lord, I prayed for this RVP. I prayed for you to give me the people that are going to see the vision the way I do. And I finally had somebody, you guys, and she passed away 5 days before she was scheduled to take her SIE. And I almost lost myself. But I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Your pain can birth your purpose. And the legacy didn't end with her. She connected me to people, you guys, and I am on a mission to make sure that I live out that legacy and what she wanted to accomplish. So I'm telling you, doesn't matter what level you are in this business, adversity is going to hit. And it's going to get hard. Heartache, grief, things that we experience in this business and outside of this business will try to punk us. But that ain't nothing but the devil. And this is what I've learned to alter my mindset to think that this is nothing but the devil. Your mindset working against you, that's nothing but the devil. Your children, your family cursing you in the business you're building because they don't understand, that's nothing but the devil. Y'all, I remember having my daughter toy and they were like, you're always gone. You're at appointments. If you had to pick between your daughter and Primerica, you'd probably pick Primerica. The same people, you guys, who couldn't understand that I was fighting to break generational curses, that I was fighting to make sure I could be a present mom. Let me tell y'all something. My daughter don't miss a beat. She was raised on love, not survival. I did it. I broke those generational curses, but the truth is, you guys, so many of us allow life to defeat us before we get there, before we get out on the other side. And I'm telling you now, if you do not take control, the devil plays tricks on an idle mind. He will take control and he will talk you out of what you were destined to do. He will talk you out of walking in your purpose, and he will allow you to think that this is it for you. He will steal your hope. And I'm telling you now, I don't care where you stand in your business right now, never let the devil steal your hope. We have every opportunity to change the narrative, no matter how old we are, no matter how long we've been in this business, no matter what we have been through. Do you hear me? And I want y'all to hear me loud and clear. But if you don't believe it's possible, if you don't believe in you, if you don't kill those limiting beliefs that are clouding your own judgment, you will never win in Primerica. It starts with you. You have to be the person that defies those odds.
Praise, honor, and glory.
Yes.
Hey, Coach Mimi, can you talk a little bit about working your 9 to 5 and getting started in Primerica?
Coach Cassandra,
your schedule,
this is
what it looked like?
Somebody talking.
Sonia. I have a question. What's your
Wait.
philosophy in airlines getting security?
Hold on.
Hold on.
Question. Jonice had a question.
Yeah.
So Jonice, I think I heard you asking about working my full-time job as a dean of students and working my Primerica business so they didn't get in the way. You guys, I love this question. One thing about me is I realized my full-time is a mindset. It's not a time structure. I was able to do more while I was working full-time for CPS than people who work their Primerica business full-time without a job. And I'm going to tell you guys why. I was intentional. I didn't play any games, you guys, about making sure I did at least 2 appointments every single day of the week. Monday through Friday, you guys, I ran 2 KT presentations. And it's really simple. 5 times 2, you guys, I was on at least 10 appointments, which meant I needed to have 15 to 20 appointments scheduled. 2 appointments does not take long, especially now. Janice, back when I was building my business, we used to drive to people's houses. So I set 2 appointments because that was realistic for me to accomplish after getting off work at 5 o'clock. I knew I could knock out at least 2 KTs. Now that everything's on Zoom, you guys, there's no reason you can't do at least 2 Zooms. That's a 30 to 45-minute presentation, but you have to be intentional about booking as many appointments as possible. And I got a lot of my personal appointments through field training. I was never really great, you guys, at recruiting a bunch of directs, but I was masterful at tap rooting. I knew how to take one person and go build an entire leg through them so that I could have a lot of people to train, which would put me closer to getting on more and more presentations. A lot of you guys can't set enough appointments because you're not recruiting and you're not field training anybody. I want to make sure you are intentional about working your business until your job stops you. That's when I quit CPS. When CPS was stopping me from being able to train everybody I had to train, that's when I quit. And that was a little over a year into working my business. A job doesn't have to stop you from getting big in Primerica. It never stopped me, you guys. It's your mindset towards your business. But you can't be clocking off of work and then going home tired talking about you don't want to work your Primerica business. That doesn't make sense, you guys. You will stay working that job until the day you die if you think punching out at your job means that that's an excuse to punch out at Primerica too.
Okay, thank you for that, Coach Mimi. So when was you getting in your prospecting time?
Oh, while I was
Getting off at 5.
for all you guys who work jobs now, you got to use that job the right way. I use the morning, you guys. I used to mark this out. Janice, I didn't play any games. I sent out all my inboxes as soon as I got to work in the morning. Knocked that out during my lunch. You guys, I used to study for my securities exams during my lunch break, in between meetings at work. Look, don't get it twisted. Don't act like you work your job that entire time without taking breaks. We all do it. But be intentional about using that job for prospecting. Most of the people on my team, you guys, they came from social media, but the beginning team, the team that got me to RVP, they came from CPS. Chicago Public Schools was my stomping grounds. I'm recruiting, I'm getting clients. I am using that job to build my Primerica business. And so I want you guys, stop being so scared to talk to people. They are just as miserable at that job as you are. Go ahead and talk to them about this business opportunity. Use your job and work time to prospect, set appointments, study, or do whatever is necessary to help you grow in your business. The same way you use that job time to scroll on social media, or the same way you use that job time to make that phone call and be on the phone with your girl or your homeboy or your homegirl. Same exact difference, you guys.
So
Thank you.
I heard that you mentioned a couple of things that you wanted to that you needed.
Coach Cassandra, this is Sonia. I want to thank you for pouring
Who's managing?
into us. And my question is, what's your philosophy in encouraging?
Sonia, so hold on. We're gonna get you next, Sonia. Somebody was talking. She might got bad internet. We apologize about that. Go ahead, Ebony.
No, but and you mentioned like a couple of things that you mastered like right away. And I know that you said that like daily habits was one of them, and also tap rooting.
Well, so
Are there, can y'all hear me?
We hear you, Ebony. There is some background noise, but go ahead, Ebony.
Oh, okay. You mentioned that it was just mastering daily habits, and then you also mentioned tap rooting. I should be licensed very soon. So what are some other things that you suggest that I master right out the gate? Like
The Power of Recruiting. You guys, if you have not already downloaded this book, it's free. You could download it right online. It's called The Secrets to Building a Super Hierarchy. This book, you guys, is what taught me how to start double-digit recruiting. I went on my first Primerica trip. I was invited by Tennille Mallard, didn't even win the trip, you guys. And I left that trip on fire. Ebony, everything in me was like, I can't be losing in Primerica. I'm better than this. And so I got on that plane. I read this book. I bought it while I was on that trip. I read this book, you guys. This book turned me into a master taprooter. This book turned me into a master recruiting, and it was always recruiting that allowed me to get the premium, the leaders, and the licenses I needed to grow in Primerica. I'm a firm believer recruiting leads to everything, especially if you know what to do with the recruits. So if I were you guys, I don't care what level you are, download The Secrets to Building a Super Hierarchy and read the book. Study this. This is the best playbook Primerica has ever put on paper.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I think let's get the young lady.
Miss Sonia. Can you hear us, Sonia?
Miss Sonia, do you hear us?
She just put herself back on mute. Sonia, you put yourself back on mute.
Okay, can you
hear
me now?
Turn your Wi-Fi on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're breaking up though.
Okay, great. Okay, thanks, Coach Cassandra, for pouring into us. My question is, what is your philosophy? What do you do to encourage your downlines to get securities license?
So I'll be honest, you guys, I only have 2 securities license downlines. So clearly, Miss Sonia, I ain't doing a good enough job of encouraging securities licenses. But I have been doing a phenomenal job of encouraging life licenses, and we can't get anybody securities license without starting with a life license, you guys. I'll be honest, we are just now starting to create a culture in the Prosperous Dynasty around investing. And you guys, I'll be transparent, that's not something we ever really talk about. That's not something that we move on. But now that Coach Janelle has his Series 65, we're starting to run trainings. So Miss Sonia, just last week, we ran our first ever investment training, and we had Coach Clara come out and teach the team about what it takes to get licensed, why you want to get licensed, and the income that comes with that. I realize, you guys, showing people how much money they could be making, leveraging their securities licenses is a lot of the motivation people need. You guys, I did my first big trade like 3 months ago, and I was so excited about it. Let me tell y'all, it was a $200,000 rollover, and it paid me $7,000, y'all. $7,000. $100,000.
Yes.
And I'm telling you guys now, it's great having an insurance license, but we all know that insurance premium is charge backable. Can I tell y'all something about securities? Ain't no chargeback on securities, okay? So you want to go get your investment license and you want to learn how to talk to people about money. The best thing about you guys' organization is that you guys got the top dog training you guys. Coach Evans is absolutely phenomenal with securities. And I know he's the type of coach that Miss Mary, you could call and say, Coach, I got a client and he got some money and I want you to show him what to do with it. And he's going to be right there to support you. So leverage your resources, you guys. Learn to tag your coach in so he can close that business for you. But start studying to get that license. Because the truth is, I use my securities license to get in the back door. There are people who didn't want to become my life insurance client, but they wanted to become my investment client. And when I started the investment, I turned around and I made them a life insurance client. You need to use every single avenue to get in the door. And Securities does it. Because people might not want to talk about adding another bill. But the minute you start talking to them about building their own wealth, starting college funds for their kids, now they're interested. And they're going to sit down and they're going to hear the presentation. And you guys know how many bomb recruits I have gotten because of that securities license, because I started out with an investment appointment. So I want all of you guys to understand that your investment licenses isn't just about getting investment trades. It's about getting in the door with more people so they can actually learn about all the services that Primerica offers. And sorry, Ms. Claudia, that I couldn't tell you a little bit more on how I encourage that.
All right, we got one more hand. We're gonna let you go, Coach Lee. We want you to come. So Malay, you got it.
Yeah, let me jump in there. Thank you. Okay. Coach Mimi, first of all, always love you. You always bring the energy.
Malay, you on mute. I don't know how you got muted.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I hit myself. Okay. I just wanted to say, first of all, thank you, Coach Mimi. You always bring the energy. Love you to life. What would you say to someone that's in my position, now working at 9 to 5, regional leader, fully licensed, so don't have, well, aside from the 26, don't have any, should not be where I'm at, right? Got some momentum going, rebuilding the team. In corporate America now, want to get out, okay? Definitely want to be out. And so thank you for bringing up the jar. I had just started doing the jar, so I'm loving the jar. I want to get that sheet so I can go get that and keep it at the forefront. What would you say is the game plan for someone who wants to be out literally like in the next 6 to 9 months? Like what would that play look like to build the leaders? Yes.
Okay, come on, Malay, with the real questions. Okay, this is a big one, you guys. If you are on here, you want to become a regional vice president in the next 6 to 12 months, the play is going to be to start with the outcomes. You guys are setting target numbers. Oh, I want to go do 10 by 10. I want to, and then you're not hitting it. If I were you, Malay, I would be sold out to promoting 1 to 3 brand new districts every single month. You will beat the curve, you guys. There are people who come in and we know it because we've been them. We become field trainers who never promote districts. We become people who never show somebody how to get licensed and how to go use that license. You want to become a regional vice president that jumps diamonds, that gets a ring, that keeps making more income. I promise you, all you have to do is commit to promoting 1 to 3 brand new districts. I'm going to show you guys proof. Over the last 5, Justin, I'm going to share my screen real quick just to give you guys an understanding of what my business has looked like over the last 5 weeks alone, you guys, because I committed to promoting districts. 5 months ago, you guys, when I got on the jar challenge, I told myself that part of my jar challenge, you guys, I kid you not, you see it, is to promote 3 districts every single month. Now that's the goal. I've been falling short, but not one single month has passed by, you guys, that I have not promoted a district leader. And I'm going to share this with you. If you're looking at my screen, y'all, this is what it looks like when you sell out to promoting people. I've had literally over 27 people complete class. I've had 8 people get licensed. We got 10 team members with their name on a life app. Look at this, you guys. 2 new senior reps, 2 more senior reps, 2 more, 6 senior reps, you guys, in the last month and a half alone. 2 official district leaders in the last month and a half alone. And I'm letting you guys know that this is the momentum it takes to grow your business. I started out by going to get 1 or 2, and then those 1 to 2 started to grow. And now we got a bunch of people who are excited about getting licensed. This month alone, we're currently sitting at almost 30,000 in premium. I have 10 people with their name on a life app. Y'all ready for this? 6 of them just got licensed over the last 3 weeks.
Yes.
These new people are getting out here and putting their names on it. I'm building my bake shop back up, and I understand what it takes. It takes 1 to 2 brand new districts every single month like clockwork. So if I had to call a play for anybody on this Zoom, I would learn how to promote districts. And I would learn how to do it quickly. You got to be able to get a recruit, turn around and hurry up and go get them their 3x3 bonus as quickly as possible. Make sure they complete class in their first 30 days. Make sure that they got that bonus banked, and you're pushing them to unlock that bonus by getting their state license. We got to babysit people. Sadly, people don't understand what they have their hands on when they come into Primerica. Sadly, they don't realize how amazing this business opportunity is, so they won't even get licensed. They won't fight for district, but you should know. And you should be the person that is driving them so they see it. So now when they start winning, they get so hype about that. All these new people going senior rep and getting district over the last month and a half alone, you guys, that's not a coincidence. That's a byproduct of what we started focusing on 5 months ago. So understand that the results are not going to happen as quickly as you might want them to. But if you focus on those 1 to 3 new districts every single month, there is no way you do not become a regional vice president.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That was the best last question that we needed, dadgummit.
Yeah.
Coach Cassandra, we appreciate you so much for getting on this call, blessing us, and we definitely on borrowed time, so we appreciate you for spending the time with us, answering the questions and everything like that. And I promise you, you're gonna definitely see us in the numbers. We're gonna do what we need to do, because we're gonna take that knowledge and turn it into daggone wisdom. Meaning that it's applied knowledge at this point, right? So team, let's one more again. Let's come off mute and just thank Coach Mimi for doing this and man, being in a position to give us overtime. So y'all come on out. Y'all
Raise on
Yeah, appreciate it.
Coach
Thank you, thank you,
Mimi.
thank you, thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you.
love you.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank you
Cassandra.
so
Love y'all.
much.
Let's
Thank
close
you
out
so
strong.
much.
Good night, you
Praise,
guys.
honor, and glory.
Evangelist Mimi.
That was great.
Thanks so much. And Coach Mimi, we praying for peace and abundance to your business. We want to make sure you be success. I mean, whatever you ask for, we ask that God give it to you tenfold, 100,
Hallelujah.
Right.
exceedingly and abundantly over all that you can ask for, dadgummit. We appreciate you so much. So thanks so much.
That was great, Miss Coach.
All right. Hey team, listen.